Hello and welcome to my math companion. In this video, I'll be showing you a more complex example involving single variable equations. We'll explore on how to formulate a single variable equation and solve for the variable. So here we're given a question. Arav's mom gave him $15 to spend on video games for his birthday. After Arav bought all the 4 games that he wanted, he realized that he still had $3 remaining. Assuming that all the games were of the same price, what was the price of each video game? So here we're given quite a bit of information. The question initially states that the Arav's initial amount of money was $15. So we'll write that down. Next, we see that Arav has bought 4 video games, all of the same price. So since all the video games were of the same price, we can assign a variable to the price of a single video game. And here, we'll call that x. If you're not sure about the definition of a variable, you can check out our previous video on single variable equations, which talks about a much simpler example. Coming back to our question, since we know that the price of one video game is x dollars, we can say that the price of 4 video games will be x plus x plus x plus x is equal to 4x dollars. So we're buying 4 video games, each of the price of x, and therefore the price of 4 video games must be 4x dollars. The next piece of information that's provided is that after making this purchase, Arav had only $3 remaining. Let's write that information down as well. So the money left with Arav is $3. And now we are ready to formulate our equation. In this problem, we must note that we are supposed to use subtraction, since the amount of money that Arav had decreased from the initial amount of money that he had. Therefore, we can say that after spending these 4x dollars, out of the $15 that he initially had, he's only left with $3. Therefore, we can say that 15 minus 4 times x is equal to 3. Now, here we see that the coefficient of x is negative 4. Since the coefficient of x is negative, we need to make sure that we get this coefficient to be positive in order to make it easier for us to solve for x. To do this, we can take x out of this side of the equation and move it to this side. That is, take it out from the left-hand side and move it to the right-hand side. If you want to get rid of the x from the left-hand side of the equation, then we can add 4x on both sides. On the left-hand side, we'll be left with 15 minus 4x plus 4x, which should give us 0. And on the right-hand side, we'll be left with 3 plus 4x. So now we see that the coefficient of x is positive, which is exactly what we wanted. So there's our simplified equation. 15 is equal to 3 plus 4x. Now we do exactly what we did in the previous example. We need to make sure that we isolate the variable. That is, make sure that all the constant terms or numbers are on one side of the equation while all the variables are on the other side. So first, let's try to get rid of this 3 from the right-hand side. In order to do this, we will subtract 3 from both sides. So here we see that 15 minus 3 is equal to 3 minus 3 plus 4x. So here we'll get 0, and on this side of the equation, we'll get 12. So now our equation is much more simplified. We have 12 is equal to 4x. We need to find out the price of each video game, not of all the video games combined, which means that we need to find the value of x and not 4x. Since 4 is being multiplied with x, We can divide by 4 on both sides of the equation to make the coefficient of x 1, since 4 divided by 4 is 1, and we want 1 times x on the right hand side. So if we divide by 4 on both sides, we'll get 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. So 3 is equal to 1 times x. What does this mean? Well, this means that the price of each video game was $3. We can check this by putting it back into our equation. So our initial equation was 15 minus 4 times x is 3. If we substitute x for 3, we will get 15 minus 4 times 3, which is equal to 15 minus 12, which is equal to 3. This means that our answer is correct.